It's Power Rankings time, Week 2 Power Rankings on NFL.com. Hi, I'm NFL media analyst Elliot Harrison, and I do the Power Rankings every week, and I argue with you guys on Twitter, and I argue with ex-athletes, one of which is sitting to my left, but I'm not going to introduce him yet because we want to look at the team. So let's take a look at the Power Rankings for Week 2, 11 through 20. See the Eagles, they took a big drop because they can't stop anybody on defense, and they have no running game to speak of right now. Chargers, heck of a comeback win against the Detroit Lions. They are just on the outside of the top 10. I really want to sneak the Bolts in there. I think they're a playoff team this year. And then you see the top 10. A lot of discussion about the Seahawks still being in the top 5 despite losing. Green Bay, the number 1. They were number 1 last time we did this. And the Buffalo Bills, the biggest riser. You don't usually see rises this high, but it is early. And that was an impressive win against the Colts. But without further ado, we should introduce the guy who probably doesn't like my rankings, Maurice Jones-Drew. How's it going?
You know what? It's great to see you.
He says I should smile more.
You're smiling. Well, I'm going to have to turn that smile upside down here. When you're talking about too high.
This is where I lose my smile, Mark, off camera.
Start to frown a little bit. Seattle Seahawks, are you kidding me? No Cam Chancellor. Offensive line's not playing well at all.
Okay.
You can't run the ball. Russell Wilson's getting hit all over the place. Now you have to go back and play Green Bay?
Okay. Are we going to run B-roll so I can make faces?
I'm just saying, this is unbelievable.
Tell you that you're number 1?
Yeah, it's all good. Look at this. I mean, look at this defense. The one thing they had that going for them this year was that their defense was going to be really well.
I thought it was Jimmy Graham. That's what you told me last week.
No, I said it was the defense and Jimmy Graham.
Oh, okay.
And they tried to force the ball at Jimmy Graham. It didn't work. So now when you sit here, look at this. Russell Wilson's throwing picks. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Then on 4th and 1, you do what you're supposed to do, and you run the ball beast mode, but your offensive line is not good enough. These guys are unbelievable. Special teams is getting dogged. I don't understand. You're the defending Super Bowl champs, and you go into St. Louis, and you allow 34 points?
Okay.
That's not a good sign, man.
Division game, on the road, loss in overtime. Everything broke well for the Rams, and it took overtime for them to win. Here's the only thing that didn't break well for the Rams is that they have injuries at the running back position. But they knew that when they drafted Todd Gurley. The other thing is St. Louis beat Seattle last year. St. Louis went 6-10, which they have season tickets to 7-9. And Seattle's been the best team in the league for the last 3 years.
Okay.
So I'm not going to put that much stock into Week 1, a division road loss in overtime.
Real quick, the 31 points, they had a punt return and a defensive score. So they actually only scored like 17-ish.
Okay.
That's not going to win games in the league. You know that, no matter what defense you have.
St. Louis had a punt return touchdown.
That was it.
All right. You say the Seahawks are too high. Your phone's going off. People probably texting you saying, yeah, get him, MJD. All right, so who's too low?
You know what? I have to go with the Falcons.
False.
After that. Are you kidding me? After that? The Falcons and the Rams? These guys, look, the Rams come in, they beat the Super Bowl champs at home. They make a statement game.
You got to rub it in and show the Rams again. Oh, okay. See, they're playing
the Falcons. Look at Julio Jones. They're over here. Let's just be honest. They ran the ball well. They played solid defense against a great offensive team. And Julio Jones made Byron Maxwell look like he should go back to college.
I like how our producers are mixing in Rams video with the Falcons.
Those are way too low. I said the Falcons should be at least 12. And the Rams should be in the top 8, easy.
You saw how the Eagles were able to just move the ball right down the field on them. That was a home opener in front of your home crowd.
What does that have to do with the price of tea in China? They beat them.
Yeah, okay.
The same way the Rams beat the Seahawks.
They beat them because of a missed field goal, okay?
What is that?
We still don't know what Philadelphia is going to be. We do know what Atlanta has been the last couple of years.
Byron Maxwell
and I'm not going to wipe all that away because of 1 week.
You're not smiling. And we do know what Byron Maxwell is.
Okay.
And that's going to get picked on all year. We do know that they don't get pass rush, but Atlanta ran the ball well against them. And they're supposed to have a front seven that's pretty good. You have your young running back. Matt Ryan tore him apart. Roddy White got in this game. I mean, they spread the ball around like no other. And then on defense, to be honest, they flew around, and those guys – tips and overthrows. They were getting picks, and they were playing great defense.
The Eagles moved the ball at will in the second half. Once they figured it out, and that's my problem with the Falcons. I think they're going to be in the middle of the pack. I will agree with you a little bit that they could have been a hair higher, but anybody that wants me to put them in the top 10 because they beat Philadelphia.
I said 12.
You say 12. I'd say 15 is as high as I could go.
A gentleman's wager the Falcons win the NFC South.
Peanut M&Ms on that. Carolina does it. By the way, we're doing this all season long on NFL Now Live. Be sure to check out my Power Rankings Tuesdays on NFL.com. And hit us up on Twitter at NFL Now if you think I got one wrong, which, of course, I didn't. Even Cole Wright, who's sitting in here, is nodding his head. Yeah, you didn't get any of them wrong. I'm also taking compliments. We'll be back with more.